It's just the most tiniest little stream for such the biggest thing.
The enemy will be like, oh no, we can't possibly.
Oh no, can't cross that river.
Let's turn around and
Get my little toe wet.
So Prague Castle is a complex of buildings. There are various ticket options depending on what you want to see. And very handily, on the back of the ticket is a map to help you find your way around. Our first destination was the St. Vitus Cathedral, the building we had gone looking for and missed during our first evening, and could be seen towering in the background on the tram ride. Walking in, you couldn't help but be blown away by the sheer scale of the building, and everywhere you looked was more and more detail to admire.
So ornate. Absolutely beautiful.
Personally, my favourite thing to look at were the stained glass windows, so detailed and full of colour, sending beautiful coloured light into the cathedral. However, if windows aren't your thing, perhaps objects of various materials will take your fancy, such as those made of gold, wood carvings, stone carvings, or perhaps the elegant, ornate silver decorations that cover the tomb of St. John of Nepomuk. The St. Wenceslas Chapel within the cathedral is home to the relics of the saint, and the walls are paintings decorated with semi-precious stones. We also visited the Basilica of St George, the oldest surviving chapel in Prague Castle, which holds St George's tomb and the shrines of the Czech Prince Václav and the Duke Boleslaus II of Bohemia. We then headed to Golden Lane, my favourite part of Prague Castle. The lane is lined with houses on one side. The upstairs of the buildings have been converted into an armoury exhibition.
I want to hear about stabbing people with that.
Some of the houses' ground floors still resemble how they would have looked when people lived there. Franz Kafka lived in number 22, and I loved the house where clairvoyant fortune teller Matilda Prusova used to live. At the end of the lane, a home belonging to an amateur film historian displays his collection of films and objects. We couldn't resist a look in Prague's best Christmas shop because, you know, it's the best. Then it was time to make our way back down those steps we'd climbed that first evening, back to Malastrana Square. With a quick pit stop, enjoying some cake and smoothie, and pack our last remaining gifts in our suitcases. When you're in Prague, you still can't escape ABBA.